Hey, what's up, guys? Captain Jake here. I've been on YouTube for almost 8 years now, and I just started posting these videos about the Honda, and they're my most popular videos on YouTube. So I decided to just keep at them. So I just got this new Honda Pioneer, and you guys are probably thinking about getting one if you're watching this. And I just wanted to talk about how easy it is to clean it up after you get it kind of muddy. You can see mine's still a little bit dirty. I've been washing on it a little while. I got the little electric pressure washer right here. That thing's very handy, although not 100% reliable. I don't know if I'd recommend that one. If I did buy a Ryobi, I would buy it local, and I would buy the warranty, because if you leave it out in the rain, they're just not that they might last you a year. So I'd definitely get a couple year warranty. So the first thing I'd say is, if you're gonna do a lot of hunting and do a lot of mud riding, I definitely have this mat in the back. That thing saves you a lot of cleaning. Any mud that you get back in here, we get all up in these cracks and stuff in these seats. I love the 5-seater, but to make it a true workable bed, you want that mat so you don't get your corn and your blood all down in there. That's a no-brainer. Let's see, I'll go ahead and pop it. In order to pop it, you just pull that. Now that's what I love right here. It opens up. You can get all your undercarriage really easily. You can see it's super easy to clean. And then after you get it all cleaned out underneath here, you can pop that back down and wash your seats. You can wash your seats first and kind of get everything down into here, rinse it across both ways, and then the front is also really easy to access. You know, open your doors. It's better if you're not on a hill, because if you're on a hill, the doors they're gonna want to fall shut on you, depending on which side you're working off of. So try to find a flat piece of land to wash your bike on. But open your doors, wash them both ways. Man, it really is easy to get this stuff all cleaned up. You're gonna get a little bit of mud underneath here. Pop the seat up to remove that, but I'm not worried about that right now. I was just giving it a quick rinse down. And one of the things that I really love about this thing is the windshield, but as you can see, it gets pretty nasty. I ordered these microfiber cloths, and so I'm going to use those to try to get it a little bit better. I'm gonna do a separate video on that, because I think the window care cleaning is like kind of one of the most important things on these bikes. I love the flip up windshield. It's cold and it's hot down here in Louisiana, so you got to have the option of letting that breeze through, and then if you're leaving out in the morning and it gets fogged up, that gives you another option. One thing that I did notice about this windshield was that if you combine it with a ranch armor top, this lip is going to catch wind right here, and then the wind's going to come right on top of your head. So a real cold morning, that is aggravating. I had this light bar laying around, so I stuffed it in there just to kind of block the wind. And then, as you can see, I haven't even wired it in yet, but I'm going to wire that up. You can't have too many light bars. But anyways, cleaning this bike is a dream. Oh, another little bonus on this thing right here. If you get it back on the trails and you gotta slide underneath your bike to work, you've got you a mat. You can slide this underneath your bike, and you can get in underneath there without getting too dirty, you know, which you and I both know it's gonna happen. You're gonna be up underneath here in the mud trying to deal with something, and that's just an extra bonus for this. Definitely want to have one of those. Cleaning the Honda Pioneer, so easy. You are going to want to use microfiber on your windshield, and I had a buddy told me that PAM is what you want to use for your plastics outside the bike. He said that you put PAM on your plastics, and not only will it shine them up, but they'll actually they'll repel mud, and they'll be easier to wash next time. So I'm gonna shine this thing up with the PAM on the outside. He said for your interior, for your seats and stuff, you're gonna want to use Pledge. So pledge on your seats, or you can use that expensive name brand stuff, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, these things are super simple. If you want to fold your seats down, that's how that works. That's really easy. And then whenever you get ready to stow and go them, one thing to keep in mind is this is not going to flip. Like, you can't, it is not going to dump your kids out. If you want to release your bed, you have got to have your seats folded up. To fold your seats up, just do that. There's a little clip down here you can grab. There it is. And then you got to have your door open for this thing to fall into place. One thing a lot of people complain about is these doors rattling. Mine don't rattle, and that's because I slam them, but also I wrap these with electrical tape, and I need to freshen that up. But I think electrical tape does the trick pretty well. It rattled a lot when I got it, but they don't rattle at all anymore. So just slam your doors, and they won't rattle. Or you can spend a lot of money on these bushing upgrades and all this business. Electrical tape seems to do the trick for me. Anyhow, I love the bike, easy to clean, and I'm going to do another video on how to clean your windshield and why I picked the fold-up windshield and why I love it so much. It is awesome. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Rule number one on these plastic windshields: never wipe the dirt off. You always rinse it off with a bucket of water, with a hose. And the point is that you don't want to drag a rag across the dirt and scratch your glass. All right, so this is Plexi-Bright. This is what I got the most recommendations on to use. Man, I'm terrible at making these videos, man. I'm just not that great at it. So whenever I do this, I just do a lot of research, and you know, this is what they use to clean the motorcycle windshields. These guys ride for hundreds of thousands of miles on the highway, and these glass on these motorcycles get faded. They get bugs all over them, and they use this Plexi-Bright is what they use to wash their bike glass with. Okay, so going off that theory, I chose to use the Plexi-Bright to wash my bike glass. They have some other stuff on the market, but I really thought this was the best option. Plus it comes in this big old can, and maybe it'll last a while. Let's see how it does. It looks amazing. Yeah, looks amazing. Okay, order these microfiber cloths on Amazon. I can drop a link below. Guy said never do a circular motion, right? You wipe from left to right. That way you're not just smearing, you're wiping. Well, that looks pretty good. Hopefully that's a good angle. Let's see. Alright. Oh man. Need to be wearing my head mount for this, don't I? Alright, let's see. It's pretty good. Let's see. Don't mess up my sticker. Hey, mash that subscribe button if if you like this, and if you hate it, give me a big old thumbs down. Appreciate that. You suck, and I'm buying a Ranger. You know, whatever, dude. That's awesome. Maybe you can wash your windshield on a Ranger using this awesome Flexi Bright. I hope you enjoy your belts popping on you on them trails. And maybe I'll pull you out if I'm feeling generous. Because Rangers are pieces of junk, and the Honda is the only bike you'll ever need again. You know what? Let's see. I probably should have just got inside the. I should just got in here. Look at this. Just get in there and do it. Yeah, be an idiot, man. Look here. Man, that looks good. It's all foamy. It's almost therapeutic. Cleaning windshields. Ooh. I love a clean windshield. Anybody that's ever worked on a drilling rig loves a clean windshield. When you're drilling with mud all the time, all day, mud spots, man, it just gets under your skin. Any roughneck. You know, I roughneck for 3 years before I was a subsea engineer. I've cleaned a many a drill shack window. Number one rule when you're roughnecking is don't get in between the drill floor window and the rotary, because then the driller can't see the pipe spinning. You can't see the set the slips, and you'll get cussed like a dog very quickly. Yeah, so my windshield was pretty filthy. Let's see how it turns out. Let's see how it turns out. And this plastic cleaner is good for any of your plastics, so you got to worry about getting it on there. The number one thing you don't want to use is Windex. That stuff's gonna mess your window up like immediately. That's what all these guys that do this a lot will tell you. Never use Windex on your glass. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, maybe I need a new wiper. This gasket is pretty good. It keeps everything in here pretty dry. I was like, you know how whenever you put your registration in your boat or your bike, it always gets wet and nasty? Look at that book. Pretty clean. This thing's been in all kinds of rainstorms and everything. I got my knife. I got my little old junk. All my junk. Oh yeah, this is looking really good. So this Plexi Bright and microfiber. Just keep it on your bike, you know. Don't get out there and get to where you need to wipe your bike with something that's going to scratch that $450 flip-up windshield. This windshield is amazing. My old windshield was a glass and it fogged up and you couldn't flip it up. There was no vents, and so we would be back in the woods and I'd be literally Ace Venturing my head out the window trying to see where we was going because you couldn't see nothing. But if it gets that bad or you get that muddy, you can open the window up and you can see where you're going. Or like I was coming out of the woods one day and I cracked the window just a little bit, like put it at this setting, and it defogged itself like really quick. But when you get this bike, first thing you want to do is get some stuff to clean the window so you don't get in a hurry and get out here and mess your window up. I would say that having this windshield is like my top 3 things on this bike that I like. I like the ranch armor top, and I like the windshield, and I like the mud mat in the back. I don't have to. Those are my top 3 things. I'm still working on getting my tires and everything clean. I've really got quite a little. It looks a lot better anyways. So it's still kind of running down from these cracks. But this flip up windshield, it's easy to install. When I put the windshield on, I didn't have the ranch armor top on yet. Once I put the ranch armor top on, I noticed that it was cupping air down into my face, and basically giving me a freeze brain. Headed out into the woods. Usually it gets 20 degrees here, but the humidity's so high that 20 degrees here feels like 0 degrees up north. It's freezing. So this wind was cupping down through here, so I just put this light bar here because I had it was perfect to block the wind, and that helped out a lot. But just keep that in mind, depending on what top you get, how it's going to interact and what kind of a gap there is between the top and your windshield, because it's gonna put wind down in your face or dust if you're one of those guys that rides a lot of those dusty trails. So keep that in mind. If the flip-up windshield doesn't connect to the top, it's gonna be aggravating to you, and you might have to just come up with your own mods and kind of close this gap here, or stuff a pool knit. You know, you could stuff a pool noodle up in that hole. You know, there's lots of different little things you could do. But that light bar looked pretty clean, so that's what I opted to do. Oh, that looks a lot better. That's pretty clean. Still gotta do a little wash underneath it, but this bike is incredibly easy to clean, and I hope this video helps you guys out. I hope I'm not just out here talking to myself, looking like a fool. All right, hey, thanks for stopping by, guys. Hopefully I'll come with some more content. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting than the windshields and wiping stuff down. 10 minutes of wiping windshields ain't really awesome, but hey, it seems like it's pretty popular. It seems like a lot of people are checking these bikes out, and it always helps to get a good walk around from somebody that's using one, and you're gonna see something that you didn't know before and help you make your mind up what you're gonna get. And so I'm just trying to do my little part to contribute to the community. Y'all have a good one. Later. I really like the idea of using this plexi-bright on the dash too, because you don't have to be careful about getting it on your screen or your electronics. That's bad. Anyways, but I've already kind of started over here, but it looks great, and I don't have to worry about it messing that screen up either. So that's kind of a little double bonus right there. That stuff, you can use it on your inside plastics too. It's awesome. It works like armor almost. It does a great job. And look at that windshield. Man, that's beautiful. You saw how it was. It's a lot more better. And you could probably use it on your you could use it on your light bars too, because those are going to get foggy. You know what I'm talking about? Put a wiggle in that thing. A little bit too much wiggle. The more you clean this thing, the more you want to clean it. It's like therapeutic. Anyhow,